Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you how I use the Fibonacci Retracement tool to trade Bitcoin after it reached its all-time high a couple days ago. So let's get right to it. As you can see on the chart, the Fib Retracement is already placed on the price action area I'm looking at, and you can see the different levels. And here's our all-time high of 23,776.94. Now this is the 4-hour Bitcoin USD chart on Coinbase Exchange. If I jump out to the 1-hour chart, we'll see the same levels with similar results of resistance and support. Now, jumping back to the 4-hour, I'll show you how I actually place this tool on the chart. Let me delete it from the chart. And if you come over to the toolbar, if you're using TradingView, that is, the toolbar on the left-hand side, if you double-click on that, you'll have a bunch of options, and about midway down, the Fib Retracement tool is what I'm going to select. Now, for my strategy, I'm looking at this bar that actually breaks through the 20,000 level. That's the bar I want to start with, so I'm going to go from the low of that bar, and I'm going to swing high to our all-time high. Now, if I want to dial this in a little bit, I can click on the settings, and we know our all-time high is $23,776.94. And then the low of the bar that I started with is going to be $19,703.77. So now I've got it locked in precisely on the low of this bar and the all-time high. And with that being said, you can see we've hit resistance a couple times up around our all-time high now, only to have the price action pull back and bounce off of the 382 level of the Fib Retracement tool. And then we do get the next bar is what is a classic doji, which means indecision, and sure enough, it moves sideways. We then sold back off down close to that 382 Fib level. And now we're currently working on a candle that would, for me, my standard operating procedures would require this bar to close. And then at that point, I could make a decision as whether or not to engage the target. And if it closes like it is currently looking, with the trend reversing back up, I would go ahead and engage. And remember, when I engage, I have to know my stop loss level and my take profit levels. And so my first stop loss level is probably going to be somewhere below either the 50 mark, as we can see we had support there, or I might let it go down to around the 618 mark where we also saw support and place my stop loss down below that. Those would be possible targets for my stop loss. My take profit targets up around where we see we've hit resistance a couple times and rolled over. That might be my first take profit. And remember, I take profit generally in 3 waves. I will take profit pretty quick to lock in some profits, and at the same time I would most likely move my stop loss up. And then the second level I would probably take at, again, another level of resistance, our all-time high. I would probably take profit just under that, leaving me my last third of the position to let it run. Now, how high could this possibly run? Based on my theory, the next level I'm looking at is around the $27,700 to $800 range for the next level of a push up if the bulls decide to get involved and push this back up. Now, how did I come up with that figure? Basically, I took a trend line from the tools and I started it at the bottom of the candle that started this whole move, and I draw it up to the all-time high price. Now that I have that dropped in place, I right-click on the trend line and I clone it. I want the exact same type of trend line in place. Now from here, I need to shrink the chart down. I take the cloned trend line and I basically extend it off of the first move. And when I do that, I end up right around the 27.7 range of the next possible leg up. Now, with that being said, you could take this same trend line and draw it down, and that could be your next move down. And the reality is, I would much rather to have seen this price action come down to the 50 level. That is the retracement I generally prefer to see when I trade with the Fibonacci retracement tool. I would much rather see this price action move down to 50 and then see the move back up. And again, I would need a confirmation candle to close in the direction of where I expect this to go. And with that all being said, we could also see Bitcoin go range bound. Again, if we jump out to the 1 hour chart, we can see where Bitcoin comes up, all-time high, sells off, bounces, goes back up and tries to break that all-time high, gets rejected, again bouncing off the 382, and then essentially has gone range bound, doji style candles. So you could actually enter a range day trade based on this price action. You could engage now and maybe put your stop loss right under the 382 level, or worst case, you could expand your risk a little and go down to the 50 level. And then your take profit levels, again, could be just above the current resistance this range is seeing, and a second level up here around all-time highs, and then your third level could be anywhere once it broke above. Or you could deploy a grid bot like you've seen in my previous videos. If you've not seen those videos, I suggest you shoot that subscribe button now so you don't miss future videos. But I have a lot of grid bot videos that would show you exactly how to set this up. You would most likely set your grid within this current range of where this is moving, and every time it goes down you would buy, every time it goes up you would sell and take profit. And there is a likelihood we could see this range-bound action for the next several days, if not weeks, much like Bitcoin did between 19,000 and 20,000. I had a grid bot set up in that and just made more profit as the price action bounced around within this 19,000 and 20,000 range. Obviously, once it breaks out, then you disengage and reassess the situation. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. A really good friend of mine asked me some questions on my thoughts, and basically what I covered in this video is what I told him. And with that being said, if you'd like to see more of these type of videos where I do tactical analysis, do me a favor, leave those comments down in the comment section below that you'd like to see more of these videos. Also, don't forget to shoot the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you like this video, spike a like. And in the end, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. We'll see you in the next video.